According to one report, 2 out of 3 consumers will return at least one gift during the holiday season. Trae Bodge, smart shopping expert for TrueTrade.com, joins us to share the best practices for pain-free returns and what to do if you wait too long. Good to see you, Trae. So let's just get right to it. What are the top line things that we need to know for returning all of those unwanted gifts?
Well, thanks for having me, Rachel. I mean, the thing that we need to keep in mind is that the gifts that you return should be in as pristine condition as possible. So if it's apparel, you should have the tags on or at least with the item. If the item came in a box, you should make sure it's back in the box with the interior packaging, because that will create a much easier process for you when you're standing in line at the store or you're trying to mail something back.
So another thing we got to think about is the return window. So what exactly is that window during the holidays?
So they do vary from retailer to retailer. So it's really important that prior to going into the store or attempting to return online, that you familiarize yourself with what that policy is. Typically, most retailers allow some time into January for returning. So even if a gift has been purchased at the beginning of October or November, you have some time into January, but I wouldn't really give more than a couple of weeks there. So just make sure that you familiarize yourself first before you go to the trouble to attempt your return.
Don't procrastinate for too long. So when is the ideal time to return in store versus returning online?
So I think it's the same for both. I would not rush back right now, especially for stores, because what you're going to find is that the stores are potentially crowded. There are long lines. The sales folks might be frustrated. So this is not really the time to do that. And same with when you go to the post office right now, you're going to find long lines. So for me, the sweet spot is really that first week of January. Things will be a little quieter, a little calmer, and you can potentially have a better returning experience.
So we've all been there, Trae. You get an item, you get a gift, and there's no receipt. So what should you do about returning that item if you do not have a gift receipt for it?
Yeah, so receipts are very helpful. So if you ever give a gift to someone, enclosing that receipt is really helpful. But if that item is in pristine condition and you know that it was purchased at that retailer, you should be fine. You might have to talk to the giver and see if they can give you a receipt with no amount on it. That's always helpful as well. So as much information as you can provide is really helpful. Of course, if you don't have a receipt, it's less likely that you'll receive a credit, say on your credit card. You might get a store credit for that item.
And to all the procrastinators out there, what do you do if you miss the return window at major retailer stores?
Yeah, so this is a little tricky. If you miss the return window and you go back to return something, the retailer may not take it back, or you might get, say, clearance level value on that item, which is not ideal. So I have a couple of suggestions. So first of all, there are resale sites, and there are resale sites for almost every category, from clothing to tech. So for instance, mpb.com, which is a site that I work with, they specialize in camera and videography equipment. You can sell your gift back to them. They will pay you out in cash very quickly. Or if you are interested in that kind of equipment, you can get what you want, something gently used from that company with a 60-day warranty. So that's a great option. And then the other option is regifting. I'm not really a fan of letting the new recipient know that you're regifting, so I like to repackage that up and make it look perfect to regift. And then the other thing that's fun is a gift swap with friends. You want to be very careful that you're not trying to swap with someone that you gave a gift to or received a gift from. But something that's not a good fit for you might be a great fit for a friend, and that can be a fun thing that you can do after the holidays, of course, gathering safely.
Ah, that's a creative idea there, Trae, a gift swap. That's really great. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for the tips, and thanks for joining us again today. Thanks so much, Trae.
Thanks for having me back.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.